Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number RM857 BSP. This is a black powder coat. Well, they call it black suede powder coat. I'm unfamiliar with the different colors of black when it comes to powder coat materials. The paint, the powder coat paint itself. There is very likely, I'm sure that there is a black suede, is what they call it. And this is what Rockwood's black suede looks like on an RM857. Okay. That gizmo is going to come out. Your rubber stop is going to come out. And that's going to allow you to get this installed. This is made of solid brass. It's then powder coated. And black powder coat or black suede powder coat has become very common nowadays. And in fact, I'm going to say that it's more common than polished brass when it comes to trim and auxiliary hardware, at least. Whether it be door pulls, or it be lock sets, or it be door stops. A black finish on that material it's 2019 and it's been popular for a while, and it's really starting, in my experience, really starting to garner movement. Very nice finish. Black is certainly very, very neat. Black, once upon a time, was patently unavailable in most items. One thing that I like about Rockwood is, and I studied that momentarily, is that they isolate their parts from each other in a bag. Not every manufacturer keeps the screw away from the finished hardware. And 2 times out of 10, you've got some damaged product, in my opinion. Now, the installation of this material, what we have is we've got a lead anchor, and with that we're going to have a machine screw. If you can use the lead anchor to install, that's the one you want to use. You'll need a stick of dynamite to take that floor stop out should you need to take it out. You're also then going to have a wood screw and then a plastic anchor, should that be your the ammunition that you need to load into the rifle. You're then going to have the installation assembly of this, and let's go over that now. Actually, before we get to the installation, let's go over the rest of the parts. You're going to get this piece of aluminum, and it's really going to allow you to secure the bumper down to the item itself. You're always going to be able to pull that off, because I'm sure that that's I'm not sure. I believe it's available as a replacement part, and I'll find out and I will amend the description. You're going to have a what is called a 632 by 1/2 inch socket head screw. That's going to go through the hole that's back here and go into the tapped hole that's in your block right there, this aluminum block. So that's going to go in. And it's got an Allen head screw there as well. Now, what they don't list on the extended description, or what they don't list is on the technical drawing, and that's what I'm referring to, these two, what are probably 832 screws that will go here and here, and they will thread into the tapped hole in the back of the stop itself. Okay. Then the other thing you have is the tiny little dowel. It's an 1/8 of an inch by 1/2 inch dowel that goes right into the hole here. Now that hole, that dowel, and you're probably going to have to tap that in. That's one downside of, yeah, you'll have to tap that in. Powder coating, there's a thickness to it. I cannot push that dowel pin in. I'd probably need to clean that hole out, or I'm going to have to tap that in slightly. I might hold a tweezer around there and tap it in. But when you look at the technical drawing, you'll see exactly why that's used. That's used to keep the unit from rotating after you get it installed. So your installation is going to have to be for the hole itself, but then also the dowel pin. you know, you've got your anchor, and then you've got your dowel pin, and that will prevent rotation. I do not see the location of the anti-rotation pin, is what they're calling it. Let's take some dimensions of the entire assembled product. That is certainly your socket head screw, that's certainly going to terminate into the back of your bumper because of its length. You can tell that it'll hit that far. So you'll continue to tighten it in until it grabs into that hole or into the slot that's back there. Okay, you can see it goes into that little hole that's there. Okay, that's what will, when I said you'll be able to remove it, you'll be able to remove it. You have to back that screw out. You won't just remove it. So overall height of the unit with the bumper, about 2 3/4. Overall width, almost an inch, just shy it looks like. Overall projection, about 1.25 inches. Okay. So now you'll then, forgive me, the bottom, we've got our 1-inch base diameter there. It's a piece of 1 inch by 1 inch. But that dowel pin is coming up at, about 3/32 from the edge of the item, obviously in either direction. Okay, so you'll need to lay that out. The bottom line is you're going to need to lay it out fairly accurately because you don't get any room left over to drill a huge hole. And they say that that pin is 1/8 of an inch. The pin that's here is 0.126, so yeah, it's spot on 1/8. You're going to want a really accurate hole. If you're going to drill 1/8 of an inch hole, you might need to force this down, or you might get a wire size drill set, a set of drill bits in wire sizes, and get yourself ever so marginally greater than 0.126, like 15 thousandths of an inch at the very most. That hole is incredibly close to the edge. Okay, really close. You're going to want to be careful with that. So you got the dowel pin, you've got the socket head screw. Again, that block just goes down and in, so it's going to look like that. Then you're literally going to slide all of this over that block. You're going to push it down. It goes. You do have to force it down, but it does go. Rubber mallet. Now you've got that attached. You run your socket head screw right through there. Lock it in, and you're in really good shape at that point. This RM857 is also available in other finishes. Being that it's Rockwood, they all but encourage you to ask for special finishes. If you want these made in an antique nickel, they're your company to do it. They'll do it happily. And they do a great job on specials like that. I have them make unusual finishes all the time, provided that they've got the material. I asked them to powder coat something gold one time, and they just couldn't do it because they don't have gold powder coat. And I can understand that. They probably don't have it very easily where they can just order a whole mess of gold powder coat to paint one item. So the point of the matter is the RM857 is available in different finishes because it's solid brass. There is, before I get to those other finishes, a link below this video also to the cut sheet, which will allow you to review what this looks like in terms of a tier sheet from the factory. That's a very handy item to look at as well. Now, the other finishes, RM857s, 619 is the only finish apparently listed by Rockwood in their catalog, which I find hard to believe. So I'm going to pull up that catalog and take a closer look and determine exactly if that's the only finish they listed in. Okay, the RM857 is listed in lots of nice, forgive me, the RM857 is listed available only in powder-coated dark bronze and satin nickel 619. So the black suede powder coat is not even listed in their catalog as available, which is interesting. But again, if you have need for a custom finish, I'm quite sure that Rockwood will be able to accommodate that requirement for us. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up not only all of the Rockwood products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Rockwood RM857 in a black suede powder coat finish or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.